clause in SQL. So far, we've been using joins, inner join or outer join, to connect data from different tables using a common column. Union is different in this respect that instead of combining columns, we combine rows. So union clause is used to combine rows from multiple select queries into one single result set. The rows from each query are stacked on top of each other in the output, and in the final result set, the duplicates are removed by default when we use union clause. One important thing to remember when we use union is the individual select queries which we want to combine must have same number of columns, and also the corresponding columns must have compatible data types. For example, you cannot combine integers in one column of one query to strings in a column in the other query. At this point, it's important to remember the differences between union and join. Union combines results of multiple queries vertically or row-wise, whereas join combines data from multiple tables horizontally or column-wise. Union does not require a common key or common column for combine, whereas join requires a common column or common key. The number of columns should be same for the combining datasets in union, whereas there is no such requirement in join. And finally, all the duplicate rows are removed by default by using union, and join does not remove duplicates by default. We could use union all if you want to keep the duplicates in the final result set. Now let's look at some examples. Build a single mailing list that contains name, address, city, state, and zip code for customers and vendors. Now the data is in two different tables, customers and vendors. So I select all the required columns, I concat the first name and last name, and alias it as name, customer street address, alias as address, cust city as city, cust state as state, cust zip code as zip code. I want to include another column with name as class and the value as a string literal customer. So string literal is a constant value, and this value is added to each row of the result set. I'll do this to differentiate between customers and vendors in the final result set. So all of these columns I select from customers table. I want to union this set with another set of vendor details. So I have to write the union clause and select vendor name, vendor street address, vendor city, vendor state, and vendor zip code. I did not give alias to any of the vendor columns because by default union takes the column names of the first select clause. In this case, the customers table column names are taken in the final result set. If you run this, we get the name, address, city, state, zip code, and class of both customers and vendors. Let's look at another question. List the customers and the bikes they ordered combined with the vendors and the bikes they sell. The data is in all these different tables: customers, orders, order details, products, product vendors, and vendors. We need to use inner join operations and then union as well. So I select all the required columns, customer's name, product name, and class as customer. These I'm selecting from customers as C, inner join orders as O, using customer ID column, inner join order details as OD, using order number column, inner join products as P, using product number column. Now I give a filter on product name to get only the bike orders. Now I union this whole set with vendor details, selecting the columns from vendors, inner join product vendors, inner join products, and giving a filter of only bikes. Now if you run this, we get the details of the customers who ordered bikes and the vendors who have supplied the bikes. So that's how we could use union to combine rows from multiple select queries into a single result set. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching.